Hi and welcome to the program. I'm Clinton Beck. Now before I begin tonight, I want you to think about something. Picture 10 of your friends. Now imagine that 2 out of those 10 are abusing themselves with the drug crystal meth, the highly addictive psychostimulant drug made illegally in backyards from household products and over-the-counter bought medicines. Now you may not be aware of it, but this is the alarming ratio of Australians who are falling under the spell of this drug, and worryingly, this figure continues to increase. Originally developed in Japan in 1893, amphetamine came to prominence in World War II when it was dispensed by the German military to its pilots and tank crews in order to prevent fatigue. The drug rose in notoriety when Japan banned amphetamine in 1951, only to see it become one of the most sought-after illegal substances on the black market. The growth of the Japanese underworld, the Yakuza, was seen as a direct result of the illegal amphetamine trade. Its effects are heartbreaking. As you'll see tonight, families are destroyed and lives are ruined. Tonight we take you into Melbourne's underground. In conjunction with the Victorian Drug Squad, we were granted permission to film a takedown in action, a covert undercover operation planned over the preceding months to raid a meth lab in the suburb of Reservoir and arrest the perpetrators involved. A warning, some of the footage in tonight's story may be disturbing. Well, the house you see behind me was once a loving family home. Children played in the backyard, rode their bikes down to the park. The parents prepared dinner in the kitchen. But as you can see, that was a long time ago. We're in the suburb of Reservoir, and this once family home, a place of dreams and wishes, is now nothing but a nightmare. This house was used as a meth lab, the street name for a premises in which the drug methamphetamine is illegally manufactured. For the past 11 years, detectives Andrew Lucas and Bruce Huxley have been working to rid the state of this illegal and deadly trade.
It's just skyrocketed the past 5 years or so. It's really just exploded. The manufacturers can produce the meth quicker and cheaper than ever before. And the scary thing is, it can be on the streets within 24 hours.
Yeah, Andrew's been at this longer than I have, but I have seen my fair share of the effects that this drug can have. I just want to be part of getting rid of this scum.
Yeah, that's what they are, scum. Scum of the earth. The sooner we get rid of them, the better. The people that run these meth labs, it's like they feed on the weak, and I personally take great pleasure when we catch these criminals.
Well, Detective Huxley, is it true that after one of your most recent arrests, you're now under investigation for malicious intent?
Sorry, I can't comment on that.
Well, Detective Lucas, is this true?
Yeah, I am aware of the investigation, but in my eyes, it's simply not warranted. Detective Huxley is one of the best members of this police force, and to say that his style and manner of arresting criminals is anything but by the book is just plain nonsense. Yeah, look, sure, things do get a bit rough sometimes, but we're trained to deal with it in an effective and efficient manner, and I stand by Detective Huxley's methods. But this is beside the point. The real issue here is catching and punishing these criminals. We've got to strengthen our focus and that of the Victorian Police Force to eliminate these meth labs.
Well, as the police continue to work towards the eradication of this epidemic, the community which bears the brunt of the drug trade continues to suffer. The families of those individuals who endure methamphetamine addiction face daily struggles, all as a net result of these illegal drugs hitting our streets. Amy Jane Parkinson knows this all too well.
When I first met Travis, he was incredible. He was so caring, so kind. But the one thing I remember, he was so generous. He never thought of himself, always thinking of others. He was the best.
Travis Parkinson was a meth addict. With help from partner Amy Jane and continued counselling, he is now recovering. He looks back on the time when he was addicted to methamphetamine with remorse and sorrow.
Mainly I'm sad. I'm sad because of the years that I've wasted with Amy Jane, with my family, with myself. I wish it never had happened, but now I know that I'm on the right path. Amy Jane, to be my rock. Without her, I just don't know.
Methamphetamine addiction has side effects associated with chronic use such as weight loss, nausea, depression, and loss of appetite. Long-term use can lead to brain damage, paranoia, delusions, and kidney failure. So how did you become addicted, Travis?
Work. Work was driving me up the wall. I know it's a cop-out, but that's what it basically came down to. As for the meth, I just started smoking it, then injecting it, and then it spiraled out of control after that.
I first noticed something was wrong when money started disappearing around the house. I was losing $50 to $200 at a time. Travis, he became distant. He rarely spoke to me. I'd ask him what was wrong, and he'd just say it was something to do with work and stuff, and I knew something was up.
Former users have noted that they feel stupid or dull when they quit using methamphetamine. And this is because the brain is adapting a need for methamphetamine to think faster, or at what it seems to be a higher level.
Yeah, I definitely felt that I wasn't as sharp as I remember. I had trouble with basic everyday skills for writing, for example. Just seemed everything was too much of an effort.
But we got there, hun. Travis has come so far. His improvement's been remarkable. I'm so proud of him. He was pretty scared there for a while, but all the hard work, it's paid off. We've achieved so much.
Thanks, babe. Without your help, I don't know.
Travis and Amy's story is all too common, a family interrupted by the nightmare of methamphetamine abuse. But Travis is one of the lucky ones. And spare a thought for the hundreds of addicts out there on our streets who have no help, who have no one to turn to. This isolation and despair in the community is what drives detectives Lucas and Huxley. They'll stop at nothing to rid our streets of this horror. Well, only last night my crew and I were witness to the arrest and capture of one of Melbourne's largest illegal methamphetamine dealers. The notorious Michael Black was finally captured. We'd hoped to bring you the exclusive footage of the police raid and subsequent arrest of Michael Black, Melbourne's most notorious meth dealer, on tonight's story. However, due to pending legal circumstances, we're not allowed to broadcast the footage. We can, however, tell you that Michael Black was arrested on the 13th of August at his home in Reservoir, and in his possession, narcotics agents seized raw methamphetamine with an estimated street value of $3.5 million. As you can see from these images, the interior of Michael Black's meth lab is like nothing you've ever seen. Filthy and highly illegal drug-producing equipment and stores of potentially explosive chemicals were confiscated by the clean-up crew and held for evidence. Agents also discovered a stash of unmarked US dollar bills totaling $1.8 million and an alarming amount of unprocessed cannabis. Michael Black was charged with possession, intent to manufacture and supply of illegal substances, and now faces charges which would see him imprisoned for the next 40 years. The illegal methamphetamine trade is a huge problem for Australia. The arrest of one big supplier will simply not end this horror on our streets. The solution will come from education. Once the community is aware of the hazardous effects and how dangerous this drug can be, then perhaps the goal of eradicating this illegal methamphetamine trade can be achieved. But for now, the battle to save our streets is far from over. can, however, tell you that Michael Black was arrested on the 13th of August at his home in Reservoir, and in his possession, narcotics agents seized raw methamphetamine with an estimated street value of $3.5 million. We'd hoped to bring you exclusive footage of the police raid and subsequent arrest of Michael Black, Melbourne's most notorious meth dealer, on tonight's story. However, due to pending legal circumstances, we're not allowed to broadcast the footage. We can, however, tell you that Michael Black was arrested on the 13th of August at his home in Reservoir, and in his possession, narcotics agents seized raw methamphetamine with an estimated...